Hello, hello, hello. Once again, Reads Review family, welcome or welcome back to the channel. To those, this may be your first time coming across this channel, you are more than welcome. Please do hit subscribe, share, comment. We're discussing budget-friendly fragrances on this channel. Sometimes we will discuss others, but for the most part, it's budget-friendly. We're living, loving Jesus and smelling fabulous. To my subscribers, thank you for tuning in to me, listening to this little old country girl that loves to share her love of scents and love of fragrances. Thank you for tuning in once again. You are appreciated. Okay, without further ado, we do have a budget friendly fragrance. And I think I had told you guys that I was going to talk about a fragrance that is pretty much geared towards men, in my opinion. And that is none other than, I hope you guys can see that. This is Criki or Criki. Yeah, Absolute. And this is from the House of Emper. I probably unboxed this probably almost a year and a half, 2 years ago. Probably a year and a half or so. I picked this up, and I knew that it was supposed to be reminiscent of Criki from Tiriana Terenzi. And so I keep feeling like I got something right here. Anyway, yes, and I sprayed it. I did like it. This is also it. This is what the bottle looks like. This is also very similar to Lattafa's. Oh shucks, in the gold bottle. Is it over there? Confidential Gold. That was one that I had picked up not long into my journey of getting or picking up Middle Eastern fragrances. And that one I gifted to my dad. Anywho, I think it's said to be unisex, the Confidential Gold. Um, this one doesn't necessarily say, but I think when I unboxed and I talked about these or this in the Confidential Gold, I think I mentioned that I like this one a little better. Have I worn it? I think I may have tried to wear it once, and just to me it was more. It just seemed like it would be a better fit for my husband. And now, if you're familiar with this channel, if you come to this channel, you know that I've told you my husband does have a small collection of colognes, fragrances, um, but he's not into this like me. And so, but I do pick stuff up for him from time to time. And even though he doesn't say it, I know he enjoys it. I do. I know he does. And so, for the first time a couple of weeks ago, somebody stopped by the house. I'm gonna take this little quick few seconds to tell this story. Someone stopped by the house. I was in the middle of making a video. I mentioned this during the video as well, and they were wanting to check out or smell a cologne that my husband had on, and so guy, a friend or whatever came in, and he was like, "Oh wow, that's that's several. That's a lot, you know." And so my husband said, the guy asked, like, what's the, what's a good one? What's the, best one? And my husband picked out two, and this was one of them. He's like, that one there with the line on it, that's good. I really like that. And he said, that bottle. And he looked at me, he said, the bottle that's shaped like a bullet. It's like, what? It really is not shaped like a bullet, but anyway, this is one that he actually likes, and he said so I was very surprised. That particular time was the first time I ever heard him actually say that he liked a fragrance, or he usually just kind of shrugs his shoulders or say, after a while they all smell the same, or I've heard him say that before. But just giving like, oh yeah, I like it. It's usually like, it's okay, it's all right. Yeah. But he actually like was lit up. Like, oh yeah, those two right there, those are real good. Anyway, so and I'm just going to share my thoughts and opinions on Criki Absolute from Emper. It is an eau de parfum, and let me share the notes with you. Let me tell you, this particular fragrance you are going to find south of $30 for sure. You probably can find it uh, under. You may be able to find it for like 25. But so let me just tell you, it's fruity. That is one. That is the main accord. Fruity. That's what it is. The top notes are passion fruit, peach, pear, and raspberry, um, and also sand. Not sure. Don't ask. I've never seen sand as a fragrance note. It may probably you could some of you guys run across it, maybe have seen it several times, but it literally says sand. And so in the heart, you have lily, and then in the base there's musk, patchouli, sandalwood, and vanilla. And as I said, this is very similar to Criki. Um, and if you are familiar with Criki, you know that it is a pretty. It was pretty popular, and it is pretty expensive in my opinion. It may not be expensive to some of you guys, but it's pretty expensive to me. So, speaking from always smelling it on my husband and remembering when I did try to wear it, it's loud, y'all, and it is. Um, I think when I talked about this, like I said, it's been about a year and a half ago, and I think I talked about it as I was doing a video with a couple of fragrances in it. I don't really remember at the moment, but I do remember sharing a story of the first time that I pulled this out for him to wear, and it was on a Sunday. And we have a pretty decent size, pretty good big size church, right? Um, and I was on stage, like behind the pulpit area, and he is like in the foyer and right there, in the entry of the church. And so I come off the stage, and it was like right as church was about to start, but hadn't quite started. And I walked to where I normally sit in the pew, and I had to ask him a question, so I went to go in the foyer and find him. As I was headed that direction, something hit my nose, and I was like, "Huh, somebody smells good, in this little area here." So kept walking, and finally get out to a foyer, and then I found my husband. And as I was walking away from him, I said, "That's you." He was like, "What?" I was like, "That's you." I smelled this scent that you have on. I smelled it. Thought that someone had on something that just smelled good. Way before I got out here to you, and but it's you. And so yeah, this whenever he wears this, you talking about sillage and performance and OMG. It is all of that is like 10 out of 10, honestly. Lasting power, I would give it 10 out of 10. Um he did he wear that today? I think he did have it on today. The Some of you don't know, but my husband he's in law enforcement, and so the shirt that he had on today when he got home, he had to go out to the farm and do working on tractor and all that good stuff. So of course he's changing and getting out of his uniform, getting out of his clothes, and so he put it on the hanger and just kind of laid across the bed. I guess to deal with it later. I'm not sure, but anyway, As soon as I walked in the back door of our home, um, you could smell that everywhere. You could smell this all in the house, which is fine by me because I love for my if you're familiar with this channel, you've heard me say before, I love to smell good. I love my surroundings to smell good. So yeah, it's fine by me that it's lighting up the house, so to speak. But here is the atomizer, guys. It's decent. Um, it doesn't take much. It does not take much. It really does smell good. And I honestly can tell you that the time that I did have it on, it did not. I don't know whether it performed on me as it does on him. I'm typically not drawn to unisex fragrances. Here recently, my nose has changed a little bit, and there are some that I really, really do like. Um, for example, A Trap Revs from Louis Vuitton. I believe that is considered unisex, and I have dupes of that. I happen to love that fragrance. And whenever I wear that fragrance, I do get compliments. The Louis Vuitton Symphony, same thing. Um, well, Symphony might be considered a women's. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but nevertheless, there are several. The Untold by Club de Nuit. You know, that's the Baccarat 540. Baccarat could go either way, a man or a woman. And I've known men to wear it. I have a cousin that loves that fragrance, a guy, and he wears it, and when he comes in, it lights up a room. Um, I have a friend that is a woman. She loves that particular scent. So it'll kind of smell differently on people. You can kind of tell that that's the fragrance. Some people is like really like strong, and then some people maybe not as strong. And that particular fragrance you can go nose blind to. I've worn that in the past. I had somebody call me and text me after I left out of an office to say, "Hey, another girl and I just came, and another coworker came in here, was like, oh, whatever she had on smells so good." And I couldn't even smell it. And that's like, I'm talking about the Baccarat, which at that time I had on Club de Nuit Untold. So I think this one could possibly be like that. Um, I just think it smells so divine on my husband personally. And so it's just, this has all been him. And I think I have it in a cart right now to get him a backup bottle. It looks like, it sounds like I can't see through here at all at this bottle. Even if I go put it up to a light, it's no kind of transparency that I can tell. But anyway, sometimes I think I can see in there. But anywho, this is a nice, heavy bottle. Cap goes on really good. It's one that you could do like this. Now, I don't recommend picking up fragrances by the cap, don't. But this one, as you can see, it goes on and clicks in nicely in place. And bottle is A1 to me. Again, this is Criki by Emper. Like I said, sillage, performance, um, lasting power. Just being a kind of there with a beast mode type of what you would consider, or what I consider a beast mode type of fragrance. If I can smell that all the way in front of the church where I am on stage behind the pulpit, we talking about being like in front of the baptism, and he is foyer, and I'm just walking off the stage and I smell something, and turns out when I find my husband in the foyer, it's him. I would say that's pretty beastly. Okay. So anyway, you guys have a lovely, lovely Thanksgiving holiday. It is tomorrow. I wanted to jump on here real quick right before I just turned the oven on a few minutes ago. I'm just getting back in mode. I baked a few pies last night, and had exercise class. With that exercise class, when I tell y'all I was tired, my back hurt, my feet hurt, my legs hurt, my everything hurt. But I forced myself to, get here, shower, and get some pies done for Thanksgiving. And so now I'm getting in here and I'm gonna get, chicken and dressing done. I've got it mixed up. But I wanted to jump on here so that I don't get on here looking like a total hag. I'm about to go and let my hair down, so to speak, and get comfortable and cook comfortably. Put on just some lounging stuff and uh, my apron, and let's get it. Let's go. Okay. I do hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a safe, if you're traveling, be safe, all that good stuff. Um, Watch football, hang out with your family and friends, and thank God for it being as well as it is, right? Yeah, everything might not be wonderful, but I'm here. And if I'm here, there's still life, there's still hope, there's still work to be done. Okay. You guys stay prayerful, stay close to God, stay in your word, and remember only what you do for Christ will last. You have a happy, happy Thanksgiving and take care. I will be back soon. Not sure if it'll be in the next couple of days, but soon. All right. Talk to you later.